So we were talking about all the different facts that meth now affects 1 in 10 families. We knew it was a huge epidemic. We knew that very few companies were remediating meth throughout the country. We know that most contaminated properties are contaminated as a user site. Not just meth labs, as has been the knowledge out there is you don't have to clean it unless it's a meth lab. Well, what about the millions and millions of properties that are not being cleaned, where people are just using it, and the molecules are in the walls and they're in the ducting system, and we're breathing them and we're touching them and putting our hands in the mouth. The user sites have to be remediated the same way that we actually do the meth labs. Millions of properties need remediation. The market isn't really slowing down. These people just move from house to house, from apartment to apartment, hotel to hotel, from car to car, and they're dirtying a lot of homes, and very few people overcome the meth. And we know that hotels and apartments are a lot higher, especially because a lot of them share the same air intake system, and when they're off, that meth spreads in and out the other properties. So we were looking at our marketing. We're like, what is the most bang for our buck? So we started with real estate agents. We went to home inspectors, home investors, and Business Networking International, BNI. As we looked at all the different ways we could market, we thought, of all those ways we could market, these are the ones that we know that we could put our time and effort to. It is, as a business coach, people don't know that I've been a business coach and a consultant for a lot of years. You focus on a few things and you do them really well. And so we're going to share with you exactly what we have been doing. With the real estate agents, all of them have to have continuing education credits every single year. There's a certain amount that each state has. And so what we did was we called our state local real estate division and said, what do we have to do to become teachers for the real estate business, and to actually be able to give credits and teach people about meth. We found that very few remediation companies taught courses. In fact, our area, not a single one of the remediation companies teaches courses. We found one lady who is a home inspector that actually does them, and we use her a lot as a sponsor for some of our classes. So we created a 1-hour class and submitted it to the real estate division. They were really excited because nobody else was doing this. And in fact, they gave us people that needed credits and had them call us directly. Our 1-hour class, for all of you that signed up and were on the webinar, we're going to send this out to you, and the 1-hour class. But what we talked about is the social implications of meth, what it does to families, what it does to children. We talked about what is meth, everything that it's created with, what are all the harmful ingredients that are included in meth, why is it so dangerous for our health and for our home, and what does it do to the people living inside the properties. We talked about signs, things that people could look for when they're actually inside of these properties. What are those things that they should be looking for? It's not just the smell. What are the carpets, the ceilings, the explosions, everything, hiding the meth, where to look for it. We talk about the state standards. We realize that many of the states do not actually have standards for remediating the meth, but we talk about ours. And if you don't have them in your state, you could talk about what your standards are in order to get them out. Probably the most important thing that we could teach on this course was how to actually do a test. The reason we did that is because we wanted to have an army of people out there testing for us. And so we actually told them where they should be testing and who they should be testing. In the state that we live in, we actually we can do the testing, but if we test and it comes above our state law where they allow us to be, the health department slaps a sticker on them. And so what we do is we teach them to work with third-party testers. We do that for two reasons. The first one is so that if it does come over the state standard, they don't get slapped with that sticker on their door and are forced to leave. And the second of all is if we're the ones doing the testing, it's sort of it looks strange if we're the one testing and we're the person cleaning it. And so we'd rather use a third party, and then hopefully that third party would refer that back to us. And we've made such good business relationships that is actually what's happening. The last part is we teach them how to clean. And it's just a simple 1 hour, and there's a lot of questions. We show a lot of really gross pictures, and that is our class. And those that were on here today will actually send that out to you. The second people we decided to market to were our home inspectors. We taught home inspectors how to market their own business. Say, hey, here's a way that you can actually make more money within inside of your business by doing meth testing. And what we had found out is most home inspectors weren't even testing for meth because people aren't asking for it. And as we started teaching them they could make more money, they started asking their clients, would you like to do meth testing? Because they'd seen our CE class that we had taught, and a lot of them decided, hey, it's worth it, especially with all the nasty stuff that's in a home. We taught home inspectors how to read the results. We taught them how to market their testing services, not just how to test, and allowed home inspectors to sponsor one of our continuing education courses. It's always great to have a home inspector that's there, and they bring pizza or sandwiches or donuts and coffee and orange juice, and people just love it because 1 hour, they all have 1 hour, and they all have to eat. You bring that person in, they pay for all that, and then we both become the experts in it, and then we have somebody else that's feeding us business. So home inspectors became the second place that we actually did our marketing. The third place we did was home investors. We found that a lot of them are real estate agents, so they could actually get that 1 hour credit. We also joined a program called Real Estate Investors Association, RIA. They have them in most every metropolitan area in the United States and even in Canada. Look those up. It's actually a franchise, Real Estate Investors Association. So here in Salt Lake, it's called SLRIA. It sounds like a disease, SLREIA. But they allowed us to actually come in there and teach courses to them in front of the entire group, which just started bringing in quite a bit of business to us. Anyone that has anything to do with homes can give you business. It didn't take that long, and it was only $80 a year. And the last thing we did is we joined BNI. I was already a member of BNI as a business coach and consultant, but as soon as we bought into this business, we decided, hey, let's make this available to everybody else and just let them know that we are the meth guys. And we told them we're the meth guys. That brings us business every single week. The results from our course is in the past 2.5 years, our meth cleanup business has more than doubled every single year. And the best thing about it, it has great margins. Currently, we are cleaning 4 to 6 properties every single week. We went from having no clients to we have multiple crews cleaning 4 to 6 properties every single week. It's also helped us in the business that we sell our chemical in as well. We have created systems that allow for smaller teams to work more efficient and clear more homes. And so if any of you have any questions, just give us a call and or email myself or Mark, info@appleenvironmental.com, or call this number, 801-336-4151. We're more than happy to help you with any of your questions and help you to grow your business. There's enough out there, and everybody needs help. So